Hi there. So, fool that I am, I've committed myself to doing a big cast iron cooking project for Halloween this year. And that involves taking out a big cast iron cauldron and making a huge pot of jambalaya, which I hope to do next weekend. Of course, that means a pot of that size is going to require a whole lot of cooked sausage to go with it. And, well, I could do the easy route, go to Wally World and spend about $40 to get 10 packs of mediocre Andouille sausage. But, of course, I decided to do it the hard way, which cost me only half as much and produced a whole bunch of sausage that I think is a lot better than what you have at Wally World. Of course, it did take several hours and a lot of effort, but I do think the effort was worth it.
This is an 11-pound pork shoulder, and when we were done, it had been turned into about 7 pounds of sausage. The first step was to remove the skin, because this would be too tough to go into the sausage. After removing the skin, it can be used to make chicharrones, or fried pork rinds. After this, it was simply a matter of cutting as much meat from the bone as possible, then cutting all of that pork up into small pieces. We also want to add more fat into the sausage, so we also slice up about a pound of pork fat and mix everything together with the pork pieces. Now we have a big bowl of pork pieces, and it's time to add seasonings. In addition to a lot of salt, one optional ingredient here is curing salt, which is what gives this sausage a pink color after it's cooked. However, that's not absolutely necessary, as the sausage will taste just fine. Another additional ingredient in this sausage is milk powder, which keeps it from drying out as it cooks. Without this ingredient, the finished sausage could be tough, like beef jerky, but again, it tastes fine, and you don't have to use it. But now we add the essential ingredients, especially minced garlic, a lot of cayenne pepper, and a lot of smoked paprika. When we're talking a quarter of a cup of smoked paprika, this is going to be some good stuff. No two recipes for andouille are alike, and here we're adding allspice, ground cloves, a lot of parsley, because you can't have a Cajun dish without parsley, and ground mustard. And then we mix everything together and put it in the fridge to let it chill and marinate. Off to a good start. Sausage casings are packed in salt and dried out, so we have to soak them in warm water for an hour or so. While we're doing this, we chop up 2 onions and fry them in a cast iron skillet until they're caramelized. This will take about 10 minutes. Then we mix the onions together with the spiced meat. And now our spiced meat is ready to be ground up and turned into sausage. We're grinding up about 8 pounds of meat here, so I had to upgrade from a hand grinder to something that made the job a lot easier. We load our meat into the grinder a little at a time, and now we get to have some fun.
Looks like it's coming through fine. You've seen Pink Floyd 100 times. You know what it should look like.
And once the meat is ground, we mix in red wine to help change the texture of the meat.
Yeah, that should do.
Now we chill the sausage in the fridge once again while we prepare to stuff the sausage casings. At this point, I learned something they don't tell you in those YouTube videos. It was nearly impossible to thread those stupid hog casings onto the funnel. I spent a long time fussing around with no real success. Finally, after losing my patience and looking for advice, I stumbled across a method that worked. The trick is to thread the sausage casing onto the funnel under running water. This helps to lubricate it, and also it stretches it out, which makes it much easier to fit it onto the funnel. It was tedious, but at last it was successful. Then we attach it to the grinder, and now we can stuff our sausage. Stuffing the sausage takes a lot of patience, because if you overstuff the sausage, it'll burst. We need to push the sausage meat into the sausage stuffer and slowly pull out the sausage casing so that the sausage grows and grows and grows. After a while, the sausage is long enough that it can be curled into one long sausage.
And my first sausage rope. Nice.
If the sausage breaks, we can just tie the ends together into smaller sausages. It took about an hour to make about 7 pounds of sausage, but the end result was definitely worth it. And finally, all we do now is slow cook the sausage until the internal temperature reaches 155 degrees. Then our andouille sausage is ready to be used for making a big pot of Cajun stew. Of course, it's absolutely necessary to test the sausage before using it for cooking. Sausage needs to be thoroughly cooked, of course, so we cook it in a cast iron pan, searing both sides, and then we add some water to the pan and cover it. This will thoroughly cook the sausage. And once it reaches the right temperature, we're ready to serve it.
We are good.
This andouille sausage didn't have a pink color because we didn't use curing salt, but that didn't affect the taste at all. It had a sharp, spicy flavor to it, and it's certain to be an essential ingredient in a big pot of jambalaya.
And so this project is off to a great start, I think. I apologize that the cast iron only made a cameo appearance in this video, but I'll more than make up for it next weekend. So I'll see you then.